Oh, I keep getting comments of where have you been? Have you stopped vlogging? I have not. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably seen what happened. So there's kind of like two things that happened. One worse than the other. So not last week, okay, so starting before Thanksgiving, my cousin got admitted to the hospital due to having COVID, and since before Thanksgiving he's been admitted there. And then he was like doing pretty good, and they were like wicked hopeful and like was like, you know what, this is gonna turn around, he'll be good. But then there would be days like his blood pressure and his stats would be dropping. So they eventually had like a family meeting and was like, we need to put him on vents. So they eventually did that. And I'll go back a little to give you more of like a behind the, not the scenes, but a little biopic. So actually I'll do that now. So he is a 37-year-old male. He's my first cousin, and he's engaged and has a 6-year-old son. His son is 6 months younger than Christian. He is a sworn-in officer. He is a correctional officer, so he worked at one of the jails in Boston. He was not vaccinated, and because his jail is a private entity, they were getting away from, it wasn't mandated as of yet. And of course there's like a cop right there, so hold on, you guys. Okay, so yes, because he is it was a private entity, they got around to that. My theory is one of the inmates came in with COVID and infected so many people that I think they're still currently in lockdown. I'm not 100% sure though. Or at least the inmates are like in quarantine and everything. Don't quote me though, please don't. So my brother's wife is in the bio field. His mom is a nurse, and my cousin, I don't want to say youngest cousin, one of my cousins is a nurse and worked on like a COVID floor, and I feel bad for her because she's just graduated college, and a few months later they like threw her on a COVID floor. So that was like really hard and difficult for her. The reason I say about my brother's wife is in the bio field because my brother, his wife, and their daughter lived with my cousin and his family, so him, the fiance, and their son for about 5 months. And I was like, well, I know you and you probably talked to him about getting vaccinated. Same with his mom, and my cousin was a huge advocate of people getting vaccinated. And I was like, I'm sure he made what he thought was the best decision for himself and for his family. I do not judge people whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated. I feel like everyone is A, entitled to their own opinion, B, the First Amendment and everything, and C, there's like like I have a family friend who's like, I'm not vaccinated because I'm scared. I have an autoimmune disorder and I don't want that triggered. So I feel like everybody has like their reason and reasoning not. And I know some people like, well, they're just like trying to everyone be the same and blah blah blah. I was like, whatever. I work in an ER. That was part of the reason I got vaccinated. And then my brother and his wife informs me information. Same thing with my cousin. So anyway, so he ended up going on a vent. They did do an oxygen chamber, so that's why his stats were kind of doing good, but eventually they were like, we need to do this. He eventually got transferred to a different hospital, which I was happy about, because I don't understand why when he went to the hospital, he went to like a smaller hospital. But but per stories in my family, he didn't think it was as bad. I got a phone call on December 8th, I think it was. December 9th, 10th. It was a Thursday. And every single day I'm like hoping, I'm like waiting for a phone call, like, is he doing better, is he doing worse? I did text him and he's like, girl, I am not doing good. And I'm so glad I texted him, because I was like, I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I don't, but I was like, he's strong, that nothing's gonna happen. And by the way, he had no underlying conditions, so fit. He ran 6 days a week and worked out 5 days a week and ate healthy. And family friend like worked at the grocery store and was like, dude, we seen him all the time, like buying chicken for himself and buying like food for his fiance and his son and everything. So it's just, like I said, no underlying conditions. And I think that also played into a part of like why he wasn't vaccinated. His 2 sisters who are younger than him are also not vaccinated, but that's a different story. His mom, okay, so yes, on that Thursday, I got a phone call saying that like he passed away, and I was just heartbroken, because first of all, he's my cousin, and a lot of people like, oh, I'm not close to my cousin. No, like, y'all, my oldest cousin, my cousin Anthony, my brother and I were so close. Him and my brother are like literally, so June, July, August, September, 3 months apart. So like it was, and I'm 13 months younger than my brother, so 16 months younger than he is. So, and my mom has such a big family. She has like, all together there's like 7 brothers and sisters. So, and we all lived in basically like the same city and everything. So when one parent was working, they'd all go to like a different like aunt's house, my parents' house and everything, and they would watch us kids. And then same thing, and we would go to like the beach together. My grandmother had an in-ground pool, so we would go there and like have swimming parties. Like, I loved my childhood. It was so amazing. And he would like randomly like Snapchat me and be like, oh, I'm passing by like the Wakefield house, because my parents lived in Wakefield, and was like, oh my gosh, so many memories and things like that. Or he'll like text me, be like, girl, where you at? Let's go to the gym, even though he like lived in the Boston area. And one time he like was in Springfield, because him and his family got like season passes to Six Flags. So like I said, he was always at the gym, always running and things like that. Had an LA Fitness gym membership, so he was literally right next to my job and next to me. And I was like, damn it, like, dude, I'm working right now. He's like, yo. But, and even his fiance was like, I know, Anthony, you're texting me at your job, be like, let's go work out and things like that. And like when like when I had LA Fitness, I actually canceled right after a pandemic. I think this might be a cop. Hold on. Oh my god, the cops are out today. So like I said, like he'd be like, his fiance would be like, I know, you're texting me your job, let's go work out. And like I said, right after pandemic, I ended up canceling LA Fitness, because it didn't really make sense for me to have the membership anymore. It was convenient because of like where my job was and everything, and because I wasn't really working in the office, it didn't make sense. And then my schedule right now is I go to like some of the clients' houses and then I go into the office. So the gym I go to now is so much closer to me, and things like that. So that happened on Thursday. Friday, I worked from home. I was so mad because I asked my supervisor if I can work from home on Thursday because just like so much was going through my mind. And she was like, no. And I was so mad. She's like, unless you're doing like administrative work, then unfortunately like you can't. And I was keeping all my administrative work for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve because I was like, I'm not working a full day. Especially Christmas Eve, I'm going to Boston to see my family. Also, I was at the gym when my mom called me. She's like, all right, when you're home, call me. I was like, just call me. Because I knew what it was. I was like lifting at the gym and everything. And I ended up like, I was trying to call my supervisor. I like had to pee. So I peed. And as I'm on the toilet, I like started crying. And I was like, this is some like fucking pregnancy shit. Or like some period shit. Like, who does this? Like, crying, like, as they're trying to pee. It's kind of funny, kind of not. So then on Saturday, me and family friend had plans to go to Enchanted Village. We ended up doing that just to get like our mind off of like things going on and to like have our kids do something, which our kids were not like in the mood. They were like, next thing. And then I was telling her, I felt like a ping pong ball. We were like, woo, do. Yo, the clouds are crazies. So, yes. So we ended up doing that. I ended up working Sunday. Monday was the wake, and Tuesday was the funeral. So my husband like was like, I'm gonna go with you and everything. And it was weird because on Wednesday I had like a supervision and we were talking about bereavement, and she's like, yeah, let us know. You do technically get 2 days, but I've actually only used 1 day. And then my supervisor, like, I emailed them Sunday night, was like, hey, by the way, like, I gotta go to week on Monday, and Tuesday is the funeral, so can you guys cancel my Tuesday clients? And she was like, I can't, we don't have the staff, so you need to get in touch with your supervisor, and you guys need to figure it out. Found out they never did it, because as I was driving home from the funeral on Tuesday, my client called me. And I was like, you know, I'm off today, right? She's like, no. And I was like, yeah, like, they were supposed to call you and everything. She's like, they didn't. And I was like, oh, well, I'm on my way to a funeral. She literally starts, like, choking and everything. She's like, all right, I'll talk to you, like, next week and everything. So, internal temp too high. Oh.